vortex, I just had this brilliant thought. Is it as brilliant as propaganda over there? Probably not. That's the name of the dinosaur. Because most of what we've been told about history is propaganda. Get it? Get it? He wants you to get it. He was made in China, also you can get it. Anyway, I was thinking about how, like, people view sex, like, totally wrong. Thank you for the turn signal. One of the reasons that sex is so bad is because people don't know how to communicate what they want and what they don't want. Apparently, that's what the whole Me Too movement's about. Well, people don't know how to communicate because communication is discouraged. It really is. And my parents' generation thinks it's wrong to communicate. It's like one of the main reasons why therapists are so popular is because people don't know how to communicate their feelings. People don't know how to tell their spouse what they want. They don't know how to tell their parents, like, yeah, you screwed me up, motherfucker. You know? I feel like my behaviors all throughout my adolescence indicated my feelings about my parents. But because I was able to communicate that to them, and I was an alcoholic and a pothead and a chain smoker and a slut bag and, like, all these horrible things I allowed myself to be because I was just such a broken person. But I was never quiet about it. You know, I was never like, what's going on? What's going on? It's that white thing, whatever the hell that is, up ahead. Okay. I kind of want to switch lanes, but there's no point. I'm just going to get frustrated in the other lane, too. Exactly. All right, well, anyway. Yeah, so I always, like, told my parents that I thought they were terrible parents, and they were raising me wrong, and they were wrong about everything they believed in, and, like, I was so open and honest with them. And our relationship was pretty, like, messed up because they weren't used to having to deal with that. You know, my brother, thank you so much. What a nice Honda. Such a good Honda. Such a good Honda. Yeah, like, my brother hates our parents and he won't even talk to them. And I'm pretty sure he blames his narcissism on them. Now, maybe they are at fault somewhat, but I'm a fucking empath. So I look at my parents and I look at what they tried to do, and I have nothing but compassion because it's like I really, really appreciate it. I can see the fact that they screwed up in a lot of ways, but so does every parent, you know? And every generation screws their kids up because they don't know what's best for them. Okay? See smartphones. How can you not see smartphones everywhere you fucking go? People are screwing their kids up. People are screwing up the next generation. And they don't want to know. Because they don't actually care about the future. There isn't a future anyway. There's no such thing as time. But they've trained people to live in such a regimented way that any time that they follow their heart, any time that they trust their instinct, they're reprimanded for it. My parents reprimanded me for it. My instinct told me to smoke a fuck ton of pot rather than take the medication that I was prescribed. All right? But the pot actually really, really helped me to deal with my shit. Now, there's this guy that was looking at me. He smiled, though. He smiled. a camcorder in your hand. That's got to be a weird thing to witness. You know? Yeah, because everybody's got that smartphone that's like mounted on their fucking dashboard. So they don't have to do any work. You know? This is work, damn it! I'm holding something! You see it? Do you see it? Do you see me doing work? Do you see me doing work? Alright. Enough of that. No, yeah, like, I love my parents. I really appreciate my parents now. But I had to be kind of broken for a little while. But, like, you know, I don't have this issue with communicating with them now. You know, like, I'm not afraid to talk to them, or, well, I mean, I kind of, like, there's some things that I don't tell them, but that's just for their own good. You know, it's just better. Mainly because they're just so uptight about everything. And they taught me how to lie by omission. Because, like, there were just so many things that I was honest about that I was like, you don't need to tell them this. You really don't. You don't need to tell a lot of people a lot of things that you tell them. But I always looked at that like I was lying. But I'm like, no, you're really not. Like, it's not a big deal. If people are better off not knowing this information about you, and if it's not going to help you, and if it's definitely not going to help them, then don't fucking say it. So, actually, one of the steps taught me that. Making amends. The part of where we say we make amends unless it would hurt other people. Ooh, there's a little fly in here. Did you see it? I hope that doesn't mean that my car's dirty, but that's probably what that means. Well, anyway. Yeah, I was just thinking about how, like, you know, if you don't communicate with people, like, you're gonna hate yourself. And instead of dealing with that and trying to, you know, rectify the situation, you're just gonna blame that person that you didn't communicate with. And I see that a lot, you know, all this stuff with you know, narcissist personality. People are saying, well, I stopped communicating with my sister. I stopped communicating with my parents. I stopped talking to this person. And it's like, dude, that's not the way. You're supposed to have compassion on the people that don't have compassion. It wouldn't be compassion otherwise. I was really angry with my parents, but the more that I worked on myself and assessed the situation as a whole, which very few refuse to do, because that's painful shit, and that takes a lot of work, and that takes a lot of effort, and that takes a lot of motivation to be a better person, you know? And I just don't think that people have the motivation to do that. Now, motivation is not my strong suit, as y'all probably already know, but the stuff that I am passionate about, like, I'm extremely motivated about. So, anyway. Tell the person that hurts you that they hurt you. If you love somebody, let them know. And if you don't love somebody, let them know. Okay? I mean, like, if you're in a relationship and you're like, man, I shouldn't be in this relationship because I don't really have the same feelings that this person has for me, you need to let them know that. Okay? Say the things that are hard to say. You'll be better off for it. But keep in mind, if it's going to hurt somebody else, if there's nothing positive that comes from it, don't say it. But, you know, I'm living proof that if you work on yourself, you'll live a much better life. And y'all might not agree with that, because I know a lot of people watch this channel and they're very confused, or they're disgusted, and they think that I'm a really angry, hostile, bitter person. And yeah, I am some of the time, but, you know, because I allow myself to be that, I can also be fucking happy in a way that most conventional people don't understand.